Our group is the Golf group, and we are here to present you a statistical decision make helper, basically. So as you may be aware of, the internet is a gigantic database, basically. It's constantly expanding, and then there are statistical data on it, which may be particularly valuable to certain people, and they're always available. But the thing, there's a problem that remains, basically the representation, because statistical data on the internet usually exists in a tabular form, which does not greatly help the human mind to understand. I mean, it's not the best way to understand it. So there are sites on the internet which are like the Gapminder. Okay, they do provide a very easy perception of the data by giving us dynamic graphics. But the problem is that they do not let the user to choose arbitrary data and then create their own graph. So there's another option, is basically you can just go on the internet, find stuff, download it, transform into some type of file format like CVS or something, and then use Excel to draw it. But that turns out to be very troublesome, as you might imagine. So basically, what we did was like to make all these steps, combine them, and present you with a web interface that lets you create a graph without too much trouble. So we achieved this goal by using JavaScript, Java, and Flash. The front-end web interface is achieved using JavaScript, and that will communicate with our Java backend server and then produce a Flash graph. And the interface looks like this. So basically, you find a web page which contains some kind of table, and then you input the address into the first in the first text field, and then if you have some certain kind of column name in mind, you can also put it into the column name text field, which will basically will filter the input and then give you tables. After you have input the URL, our parser will then find out tables in the web page and then show them back to the user, so the user can choose one of the tables. And then according to what you have in mind, you might want to just choose one type of the graph. And then you're presented with the column headings, and then based on the type of graph you have chosen, the number of column headings is fixed. Basically, if you have chosen pi, you can't really choose 3 sets of data because it doesn't make any sense. And then you have options that will determine how the graph will turn out to be. In the end, you have this final product, which will be presented to you as a link, and if you click on it, you will be taken to this graph, or you can basically share it with others by sending around this link. So there are some particularities with this project that I want to mention. Basically, as you know, there are lots of more formatted tables on the internet, and our parser writer has put in a lot of effort to make sure that it can grab as many tables as possible. And then the way our Java backend and JavaScript frontend is laid out ensures maximum extensibility, because it uses reflection and it looks into the Java class that represents a certain graph, and then that will dynamically determine what will be shown on the JavaScript frontend. In the end, all these links are persistent. I mean, you may be concerned about the storage space usage, but they only take about 15 kilobytes. And yeah, thank you very much for